Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto for another video review. This time we have Toad-Ally Choczels, or Toad-Ally Snacks Choczels, or just Choczels. Yeah, basically this is, well, I found these, another one of these little finds I've had in the international food markets section of the supermarkets. So I think these are US imports, well I'm quite sure they are actually. Basically chocolate covered pretzels. Now, yeah, I mean, well, those of you might remember, I don't know if I'm sure they don't do them anymore, and I'm sure they haven't done for a long time, but I think it was Cadbury's used to do Pretzel Flips in the UK, which are basically these, just milk chocolate covered pretzels. I don't know what happens to them. Used to come out in a little bio. I think it's, well, maybe it's this size, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, they were really nice, and I used to really enjoy those. But yeah, they've disappeared now, I think. I've not seen them for a long time anyway. It's surprising, really, because it just seems such a natural thing, really, and I don't know, you know, it seems to go well together, I think. I don't know, I'm not sure if pretzels are huge in the UK. I don't know if there's a massive market for them. I know sort of at Christmas time, or maybe in sort of Christmas markets, you get these big pretzels and you can eat them there, but I don't know, they don't tend to sort of migrate into everyday usage. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, you seem to, you know, I don't know, all the American shows I watch, I don't know, pretzels seem to sort of be a bit more prevalent or a bit more of an everyday thing, but they're not really in the UK, I don't think. At least, you know, I don't see them every day anyway. I think you can buy them in the supermarkets and things, but it's not really an everyday thing to have, I don't think. But anyway, so quite a nice packaging, quite like the blue, Toad-Ally, lots of, well, I guess the toads, could be frogs, but I imagine they're meant to be toads. Jumping about, licking its lips. And on the back, there's a similar story going on. I think it says there, what does it say? They're totally awesome, or Toad-Ally awesome. There we go. There we are. We get some. So you can see it's a US import because it's got this sticker on. Usually they stick it over here actually, so I think that's a bit of a mistake. You know, it's basically the UK or the EU defined nutritional values, whereas whereas this is the US one. So normally they stick it over here. And I've noticed that sometimes there are differences as well. Well, at least I thought they were. So the US one, it says 3 servings per container or per bag. Serving size is 28.35 grams. 5 pretzels is 1 ounce. So that's really useful. I mean, why is it telling you in a different? You know, why does it not tell you how many grams 5 pretzels is? Why is it telling me in ounces? And then it's giving me a serving size in grams. Is that crazy? Yeah, crazy. Maybe that's why there's the UK whoever stuck another sticker on because of stuff like that. But very strange that. Really don't. Yeah, it's very odd. Very odd. Anyway, so amount per serving. So it's 28.5 grams as a serving. How heavy is the whole thing? Does it tell me? 85 grams. 3 ounces. 85 grams. Yeah, so there must be 15 pretzels in here then, because it says 5 pretzels is 1 ounce, and there's 3 ounces in the bag. 85 grams. So serving size. So I'm assuming that's roughly 2, 4, 6. Must be a third. Yeah, so 5 pretzels is presumably 28.35 grams roughly. So yeah. So basically for 5 pretzels it's 130 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 3.5 of which are saturates. And there's no trans fats. In the UK we never talk about trans fats. I mean, I said there's no trans fats, but it doesn't say it on the back, like as a part of the saturated or fat content or whatever. So there we go, so no trans fats, no artificial flavour, no artificial colour. And there we go, it's got the US spelling as well for colour and flavour. Hello everyone, just to interrupt my own review here, because I forgot to actually tell you how many calories and whatnot was in each individual pretzel or chocolate covered pretzel, because of course we know that 5 of them is 130 calories. Well, basically each one of these is 42 calories, so you know 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and at 5 twos is 130. So yeah, so 42 calories is each one of these, basically. Yeah, so I just thought I'd let you know that. I could try and work out the fat, I guess, but you know, I don't know, divide by 5. It's under a gram of fat. It's 4.5 grams for 5, so it's under, you know, I don't know, is it 8, 16, 20, or 32, 40? Oh, 9, isn't it? 9, yeah, 9.9 grams of fat. 9, 18, 20, 45. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's 0.9 grams of fat, 42 calories. Saturated fats, 3.5 grams. So that's 7, 14, 28, 35, yeah. So there we go. So yeah, so we've got 42 calories per pretzel, chocolate covered pretzel. And then we've got, what did I say, 0.9 grams of fats in each one. And then 0.7 of which are saturated. So there we go. Okay, back to the review. Chocolate flavour coated pretzels is the description. So on the other nutritional value, serving is 28 grams. Yeah, so basically gives you the same information really. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So there we go. But it gives you a bit more description on what's in it. It tells you it's wheat flour, salt and stuff like that. It says derived from genetically modified source. So there we go. Yeah, so it's a bit of a shame. There's obviously this stuff has covered this part of the packaging. And there you go. It does cover something. So you see that I've took a bit of it off, and it is actually the ingredients list. So I've covered over that. Yeah, so I don't know why they do that, but there you go. Unless they disagree what's in it, but yeah, I would have thought there'd be differences between what's actually, well, it's just what's in it, isn't it? Okay, so let's give it a go. So I'm assuming there'll be 15 pretzels in here. We'll check that, of course. They look look quite thick actually, which is good. Sorry, when I say 15, 45 is what I mean, sorry. Do I mean 45? Sorry, no, 15 it says, yeah. Oh, 5 pretzels. Oh, sorry, I've misremembered, I do apologise. No. Yeah, sorry, no, I did get it right, sorry. Yeah. This is 3 servings and 5 pretzels is 1 serving, so... Yeah, sorry, I do apologise. Just confusing myself there. I'm doing that more and more lately. I do all these videos, don't I? I must sound like I'm going crazy. I don't know how you tolerate me, but never mind. Okay, so there we go. Yes, there's actually more than 15. There's actually 17 in here, so we have got a bit more than what's meant to be in here, which I'm not sure what to make it. Well, it's obviously better that we got more, but obviously it does throw out the calorie count and stuff. Well, it doesn't really, does it? Because it says it's per serving, which is 5 pretzels, but we have got a bit more anyway, so that's good. So yeah, there's a bit of an unpleasant, well, not an unpleasant smell, but a smell I'm not a massive fan of coming from these. And I think it's the chocolate, I would say. Has a sort of... Well, to cut a long story short, American chocolate is very different than UK chocolate. And it tends to have a bit more of a sickly, literally a sickly taste, which is a bit odd. And it's, I don't want to slate American chocolate too much, but tends not to be a massively enjoyed experience in the UK. We tend to prefer our own chocolate. I mean, I think that's just the way of it, isn't it? I saw it on a TV programme once, did a survey, and they were interviewing different people and which sort of chocolates do you like best, and they had like a UK branded chocolate, presumably Cadbury or something, a Belgian one and a US one, and basically none of the UK people really went for the US one. And there's a bit of a mix between the UK and the Belgian chocolate. Not sure which one came out on top really, but probably roughly both. But they said, well, there is one demographic who do enjoy the American chocolate, and it was Americans. And basically they love it, as you can imagine, and just because you're used to it really. You grew up preferring what you used to, don't you? And and it's just the way it is really. But it does have a distinct taste, and it is a bit strange because it does have a bit more of a, as I say, a sort of, and it's, again, I don't mean it to sound bad, but what this program said, it has a bit more of an off taste. It's made with stuff that's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit different. And anyway, I digressed a bit, but the gist of it is that smell does sort of smell that way. It does smell a bit off. I don't know. It's not quite. I mean, hopefully they're not off. But sell-by date was October 2018, 10th of October, in fact, which is quite specific. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, let's see how they taste, I guess. But let's first of all let's snap one a bit. So there you go. You can see basically milk chocolate covered pretzel, I guess. Yeah, so it's quite hard. It's quite a hard crunch when I snapped it. So I think pretzels can be quite soft, a real pretzel, but these ones, like the pretzel flips that I had in the past, some 20 years ago, I think now. I think it was 20 years ago, crikey. These are hard, a bit more of a biscuit rather than an actual pretzel, I think. I'm sure pretzels aren't actually hard. I'm sure they're a bit, maybe they're hard on the outside, but soft on the inside. They're all roughly the same size. They do look a bit like a bit of an ET effect going on. I tried to measure these. I don't know how much value is in doing it, but just so you can at least get the gist of the size. It's about 4.5 centimetres across, from widest to widest, and from the middle to the middle on the height, it's about 2.5 centimetres. So that's the centre, so it's not including the bulges. And thickness-wise, they're quite thick actually. I'm sure they're thicker than pretzel flips used to be. They're roughly 0.9 centimetres, so 8 or 9 millimetres. It's not bad really. Okay, I think let's give one a taste. There's definitely that standard pretzel taste. Kind of salty, kind of dry taste actually, quite dry. Not too bad. I think well, they are basically pretzels. They're quite dry. The biscuits itself, I would say, I don't think they're the nicest. I don't think they're quite the same as having one of these, a normal sort of snack pretzel you can get. They're roughly these size. You can get those and you can eat them. They're quite hard and a bit of a crunch to them. I don't really think they're quite like those. It's not the ones you get in the UK anyway. They're quite strong flavour, strong salty flavour really. These ones, it's very subtle. It's more just it more tastes of a dry pretzel. There's no real taste to it, I don't think. There's that slight pretzel taste, normally that you get on the outside. I'm not sure what it is. It probably is a bit of a salty covering. There's a slight taste there with this, but it's only fleeting. It's very slight, very subtle. And I would expect more of that really, covered in the chocolate. Maybe they've tried to not have that because I don't think it would work. But to me, that's part of the taste of a pretzel, or at least one of these little mini ones you get. And the chocolate isn't overly distinctive at all. You don't really taste it very well. You can see it's quite a thin layer of chocolate. And it's not, you can taste it, but it doesn't really, it's there, but it's very subtle. There's no real strong taste to it, and it's kind of gone in an instant really. You're just left with a sort of a dry biscuit. With not enough pretzel taste. I mean, I think you're buying these for the fact that it's pretzels, and it's just a dry taste really. There's no real pretzel taste to it, except for some very small moments where you get that taste of a sort of tangy, salty, pretzely taste. But it's only you only get it very rarely and very subtly. Yeah. A bit disappointed with that, I think. Not unpleasant though, but they're just a bit. There's just not much taste to them. There's not much flavour really. There's no real flavour in the chocolate. There's no real flavour in the pretzel. It's just more about the textures that you get in a sort of dry biscuit. With no real flavour. It's not really unpleasant, but I think I don't know. I think a 2 out of 5. I think. I think a missed opportunity. The chocolate's not great. The pretzel's not great. And two, things aren't that great together don't really equal a great thing, do they? So, I mean, well, maybe in some cases it might happen, but yeah, not in this at all. So, yeah, disappointing. But generally, though, they are well covered in chocolate, I must say. But there's some gaps there, like that one. But but let's say just try to dip my tongue into that to see if the pretzel does actually have a pretzel taste. It does a bit. but again, only subtly. So even, you know, I taste a bit more in this one, because I think some of the pretzel hadn't been covered in chocolate. I think the chocolate is just taken away from that pretzel taste. Yeah, this one's got a bit more to it, because I think there's the chocolate somehow not really covered this one as well. It's allowed me to get access to the pretzel. And I think about the chocolate there, the chocolate's, I think it's the chocolate's fault. It's just taken away the pretzel taste. And it shouldn't do, but it somehow managed it, so you just don't really end up with anything. So, yeah, some of these, if you can just manage to taste the pretzel without the chocolate interfering, you do get that strong pretzel taste, but I think the covering of chocolate just takes away that whole taste completely, so you're just left with something that's... And the chocolate doesn't really taste of anything, so, yeah, it's kind of ruining the flavour, really. It'd be nice if you just had that pretzel flavour with the chocolate texture, but you don't get that, so yeah, it's just not quite worth it, I don't think. Bit of a shame. Yeah, so 2 out of 5. Yeah, 2 out of 5 for me, I think. Cocoa Man with Pretzel Flips didn't have that problem. I'm sure they were, I'm sure they will look nice. I think the chocolate was better and a bit more distinctive, but I don't remember them particularly tasting of pretzel, so I think it still had that problem. But I think it was countered by the fact that the chocolate was a bit more distinctive, whereas in this one, just doesn't really have that much of a taste on its own. So, yeah, a bit of a shame, that really, bit of a shame. Okay, guys, can't speak at all now. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, like my videos, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye.